going on? We're gonna keep the music playing for a bit while the people come up in here. Now, we got 47 people watching. Let's wait until. Thank you, Chosen Man. Thank you very much. We're gonna do a Q&A today about Chile. I got my own things I want to talk about. Hold on. We're gonna do a Q&A today about Chile. Now I have my own, well, Santiago. I have my own things that I want to talk about with this beautiful place. And we're gonna get it's very beautiful. Yeah, it is an AC unit. And the thing that this part that blows out the hot air was inside. And I've never really used one of these, and I was wondering why the hell is it like so hot in here? And so I just realized that was there. So I put it out the window. I'm probably not gonna turn it on because it's cool at night here. So it's cool enough for you to not have for you to just open the window. And it's cool in the house as well. So I'm gonna do a Q&A. Ask me any question on my first thought about Chile. And then we're gonna get into it. Now, who begging for money on live? I ain't begging for no money. And we also gonna talk about how I got scammed here in Chile for $500 my first 2 hours in the country. I got scammed out of $550. I'm telling you guys, in the United States, in Texas, you can carry a firearm without a license, and I did take advantage of that. If that would have happened in Texas, that dude would no longer be here. Let's just say that. When he was driving off on me, that would have been his last time in a car. Like, I swear to God, I mean that. Ooh, I wasn't pissed, but that was the first thing that came to my mind. Was like, man, people die behind this kind of shit you doing. Now, they hate handsome guys. I don't think so. I don't think it's that bad. What percentage of people would you say speak English? I ran into so far, I think 20 or 30% of the time, it's like Rio, where 20 to 30% of the time I'm running into people that know English that can communicate with me. People say that the dialect in Chile is a lot harder to understand than the other countries. From what I've seen so far, I don't know if it's because I've been in South America for 2.5 months now in all Spanish speaking countries, but it seems like I can understand their Spanish just fine. It doesn't really seem like, oh, like I'm having a hard time understanding because they have a different dialect. It seems like it's about the same. What is the device next to me? My phone. Now let's start off. What does Chile look like? What does Santiago look like? I did some exploring around the city today on foot and in the Uber. I noticed that the city is a mix between nature and big city life. By that, I mean there's freeways, there's tunnels, there's skyscrapers everywhere, there's restaurants everywhere, there's hundreds, thousands of people walking through the streets. It's the same as you would see in Dallas. But throughout the entire city of Santiago, I've noticed that there's hills and it's beautiful as hell. There's hills and mountains separating the city. So like often what it looks like to me is you're driving around mountains, and then there's another part of the city on this side or the hill. Now, he said easy to filter out. Now, if you look at these mountains, and I'm gonna show you guys some footage that I got here. If you look at the mountains, they look like just regular tall mountains, but if you look behind them, you can see mountain peaks with snow on them. Like the mountains are close enough for you to see the snow. So while I'm here in Chile, I absolutely, and I didn't bring my big jacket. I didn't bring my big jacket. I wish I would have brought my big jacket. Tell me this, how does the audio sound? But I have to go check out the mountains. That's a great place to get a picture. It's a great experience, and it's a great thing to put on my shop as well, my website. It'd be a great thing to put on there. The energy is very, very good here. There's very good energy. And some people like to say, oh, you say that about every city you go to, Austin. No, I do not. You have not been watching me long enough, because I did not say that about Ghana. My mic is not hidden. That's why I asked. I thought the audio may have sound bad. No, this is the DJI Pocket 3, the newest one that just came out last year. And the microphone is just amazing on it. Now, we'll say this. The food here, that I ate twice today, and both meals I ate were very, it seems like the past 4 South American countries I've been to have had excellent food. Brazil had good food, but I didn't remember it being as good as the past 4 countries. If we want to put them in order for who had the best tasting food, I'm going to have to go with Paraguay, Uruguay, Buenos Aires, and I don't know between Buenos Aires and here. I don't know which one. But the food is amazing. I've been spending on average 10, 15 bucks. A little more expensive than Buenos Aires. On Buenos Aires, you can get a full big meal for $5. Like, and this is like a 3-4 star restaurant for $5. Like the equivalent of going to what's a 3-4 restaurant, 3-4 star restaurant in the States? When I said Buenos, well, the reason you'll hear me say certain cities sometimes is because my nitpicking critiques like to say, "Oh, that's not all of Argentina. That's just Buenos Aires." So I just specify where I'm at because people are sensitive like snowflakes. But Ruth Chris, I think, is more of a 4 or 5. I would put that a little higher than 3 or 4 stars. Fogo de Chao. Let's say that. Fogo de Chao is, or let's say Outback. Everybody knows Outback. So Outback or Longhorn Steakhouse, not Morton's. Morton's is closer to 5 star. Cheesecake. Let's do Cheesecake Factory. Everybody knows Cheesecake Factory. I would consider that 3.5, 4 stars. That's not no 5 star shit to me. But Cheesecake Factory is, I don't know how much per person in the States, like 30, 40 bucks a person on average. In Buenos Aires, that same meal would literally be $7 or $8. $7 or $8. And a 3-star restaurant would be about $5. Here, that same Cheesecake Factory will probably be 10 to 15 bucks. But I'm not sure about that because I was at the W Hotel. I've never been to a country outside the United States, at least none of the ones I noticed had a W Hotel. So the lady that I was on the live chat with a few weeks ago, we were doing a dating show, and she said that it was Americanized. I don't think she meant so much by the culture. She said she did, but what I'm seeing now that I'm here is it just seems, which I haven't interacted with enough people yet to actually judge it, but I'm recognizing a lot of American brands. Like they have Carl's Jr. here, the W Hotel is here, Ritz Carlton is here. There's a lot of stuff that was in Dallas that's in Santiago, Chile, which is surprising. Also, there are a lot of Black people there. Thank you for the comment on the shirt. It's made by NC Nairobi. I just didn't wear it that much. I think I've only worn it one time. There are, and this shirt got me some action today too. There are a lot of Black people in Santiago. I put up a tweet where I said that let's say this, the past 6 countries: Uruguay, Paraguay, Argentina, Poland, Romania. The past 5 countries I've been to, the amount of black people I saw at the airport and inside the country itself, inside the city I was at, in all 5 of those countries, did not. I seen more black people at the airport before I even got through immigration here in Santiago than I did in all 5 past countries. And so I'm looking at them and they look like they're mixed with, like, they look Afro Latina. They look like us, but you could tell something is different about them. And so I'm thinking, oh, okay, maybe these are just the Chilean black people. Maybe they just didn't show us they had them. I started to talk to one and she told me that she was from Venezuela. Then I started talking to a few others and then I noticed, oh shit, they're all from Venezuela. Then I started talking to my Uber drivers and the people waiting me at the waiters at the restaurant and the waitress, and they're Venezuelan as well. And I was like, wow, there's a lot of, like, basically Venezuelan refugees here in Chile. Every single woman I approached today was Venezuelan. Every single person I talked to almost was Venezuelan. In comparison, it's the equivalent to being in Texas and the Venezuelans are the Mexicans. Where you go to Texas, there's Mexicans everywhere. It seems like it's that way here as well. There's a bunch of Venezuelans here. Noisy MacBook said that they're everywhere. They are everywhere. I know that they're in the States. I know that they're in Canada. But Uruguay, Paraguay, I don't think I met any Venezuelans. I'm not saying they're not there, but I didn't meet them. I didn't meet any Venezuelans in those places. They're there because I've seen them online, but it wasn't like here. Buenos Aires, I've seen them, but here it seems like almost like they were all directly shipped to Chile first, and then they went those other places, is what it seems like. And I'll tell you guys this. They are beautiful. The Venezuelan women are, like, beautiful. That's why all the ones that I got there, that's why they were all Venezuelan, except for maybe one or two. I approached like 15 women today, and I don't think I got rejected more than 2 times. So that's why when I put up a tweet where I said the action is on 10, I'm like, shit, like, this is different. And they're choosier here too. Like, a lot of times I was asking a chick where was the cigar lounge at inside the W Hotel, and she showed me. And then when I came out, she was still looking at me like 15 minutes after I was in the cigar lounge, and I waved at her and we ended up talking. Got to play it pole to pole. Yeah, they're very fine. Now, you guys will see what this place that I'm staying at looks like in the vlog, but it looks very similar to what I had in Uruguay. It's not cheap. It's not cheap. I'm in an area where it's dangerous, too dangerous to walk outside at nighttime, especially if you're a woman. I wouldn't recommend it at all. I did it last night, and nothing happened, obviously. But I could feel it. Like, yeah, I could see how this could be a problem. It's like walking around Copacabana at 11 o'clock at night. Like, it's not guaranteed something will happen to you, but it is a high chance that something can happen to you. Anonymous says, find another spot. It's not that bad. And the reason why, send me a cash app if you want me to find another spot. Let's do that. And I'm going to tell you why. This spot was $350 or $400 for the week. The other spots was $550, damn near $600 for a week. That means if I wanted to stay 3 weeks at an Airbnb in Santiago, I'm going to be paying more in rent than I was in Dallas for less than a month. They say you sound like Floyd. I'm not really asking y'all for money. I'm just saying if you want me to find a new spot, pay for it. I will move up out of here, but I don't want to. But it is, he said the interior looks like a vibe. It is very much, it's artwork on the wall. It's very well furnished. Even the counter over here, it has a light. So it's like a little translucent plastic thing. And there's a light. So it's a very nice place. Very, very nice place. And there's security. It's very modern. And let's see what we got here. Yeah, but it's very nice. Let's see what other questions y'all had about Chile. What are their body builds? So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you because I have it right here. Uh, but let me tell you guys this: approaching the women out here is like it's right under Brazil. And if you guys know in Brazil, when you approach women, there's usually no problem talking to them, and they usually have a lot to talk about, and they're just very feminine when you approach them. It's the same way here. It's just not Brazil is just that Brazil is just undefeatable with how approachable they are and how they behave when you approach them. They have a military. Yes, they do. I saw that. I was gonna go to Ecuador, but they got way too much. Have you had an exchange with a Chilean woman? If you're talking about sex, no. I haven't even been here a full 24 hours yet. Now, I mean, I'm not saying I can't get none in less than 24 hours because I didn't did that a bunch of times. But no, I have not to answer your question. Now I'm gonna pull up some footage right here. And then we're gonna talk about how I got scammed out of $550. Also, I cut my beard. I cut my beard. I still have it, obviously, but I cut it down. And all the chicks that I asked said they like it better like this, which I guess is because it looks more maintained and it's not growing. But I can see why beards make men look more masculine. Because the minute I cut it off, I was like, I look soft as hell now. I was just thinking, I was getting all these numbers earlier. I was like, that shit about to stop. But actually, I got two or three more after I left the crib. So we off to a good start. And I was doing cold approaching the entire time. Two of them were choosing signals, but they look, most of it was cold approaching. And I can tell you guys, if you're going to the past four countries I've been to, you're gonna have to code approach. If you're going to Chile, from what it seems like, if you're going to Paraguay, I know that one for sure. I was there long enough. If you're going to Uruguay, I know that, and the guys that were already living there for months told me that. If you're going to Buenos Aires, I'm telling you guys, you're gonna have to approach first. You can't really wait on smiles and choosing signals. They happen, but it's not enough for me to tell you that you could just sit back and chill and wait on that. In Brazil, you don't. I don't even recommend approaching you. I recommend just putting yourself in the right spot in the room and wait and see what happens because they're that choosy there, not in these other places. Have I had any problems with cartels? I haven't had any dates yet. No, I have not had any dates. He said you do look soft with the cut beard, but it works. It do, I do like I'm telling you guys from looking at photos of myself before and after. I was looking at it like, ooh, I look a little nicer. Like I look a little nicer with the beard. Yeah, thank you for the super chat. Code approach, but only in select countries. I would say that as well. He said, "Yeah, I'd rob you for sure. Short beard." I will say, my voice was a lot louder with that longer beard. But I'm not gonna cut it again. I probably just cut it on the cheeks and let the. It's because I cut the chin hair. That's everything. If you had a chin hair, you can get away with a lot, with cutting a lot off. But when I cut that chin hair off, I was like, yeah, I fucked up. All right. And also, a lot of people bring up that guy that got shot, the black guy that got shot. What was that last year here in Santiago? I think that's literally just where he was at. I think he must have been in the wrong neighborhood. So let me show you guys. Yeah, I'm growing my hair out. Arlington, Texas, check in. See, he said he was in the central part of the city. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm nearby, but I'm not in that area he was at. I'm not that far for it. Is it easy to blend in with the locals? Yes, if you're black, you do blend in. The women smile and stare as if they've never seen, for me at least, they smile and stare as if they've never seen black people, which is in a good way. But there's no way they haven't. There's too many Venezuelans, black Venezuelans here. So blending in is no problem, but it depends on where you're at. Like where I'm at right now, I see black people more frequently. Where I was just at the W Hotel, I will show you guys. I walked past an entire strip of several restaurants, and I was the only black person there, and I was walking past. So it all depends on where you're at in the city, from what I can see. The women I was cold approaching, yeah, I know I'm gonna show you all the video. I know I'm bullshitting. The women I was cold approaching, yes, they were Venezuelan, but I wasn't aiming for them because I thought they were Venezuelan. It's just they just so happened to fit what I was looking for or what I was attracted to, let's say. Video, please. I gotta find the videos because I got them all right here, but they're not on my app. I gotta figure out which one was I doing what. So I'm gonna show you guys the restaurant I walked past where it was all no black people. Let's see right here. Let me share the screen. It says the browser. Hold on. Let me just upload the video file because it's not doing what it's supposed to do. Oh, hold on, Gavin. Let me use the thing that you got me. Uh, shit. Let's just do this. I have to figure it out because it's a third piece that wasn't working. I'll figure it out. Let me get the other video. Now, this entire time I've been seeing black people out here, but this area is, I felt like I was back in Europe for a second, so it's completely different on this side. Look at that right there. Yeah. Somebody said you shouldn't be there. Chile is super racist. That hasn't even crossed my mind. Trust me, it has not crossed my mind about Chile being super racist. I've heard that, but I'm literally, and it's not even like Buenos Aires where later on I figured out it was a little different. I'm not seeing none of that shit. I'm telling you, I'm not. So I was at the W Hotel right here, and this was the view. It's Monday, so it seems like things are a little slow, but we're gonna get something to eat. Like I said before, there's a that's the wrong video. Show you guys what the skyline looks like right here too. I'm not gonna show y'all. Let's see. I went in side of. Let's just upload all these. Apparently, the Smart Fit is somewhere in here. Hola, tu sabe onde é Smart Fit? Smart Fit. Gimnasio. Encima. Ah, gracias. So outside of this little mall here, there was a lot of beautiful chicks working the little thing. What do they call it? The promo thing. Let's see. I'm not gonna be able to show you all this shit because then it'd be the point of me uploading the vlog. Uh,
¿Cuándo crees que la podamos repetir?
uh, yeah. Hola. Onde Casa de Habana? Ah, gracias. Mm-mm. Yeah, I don't know what he talking about. They ain't got jet black hair. I done seen plenty of black hair today. Is it cold? No, but it's cool. Like I can see during the winter months here that it probably gets freezing cold. Considering that those mountain peaks aren't that far away where it's snow currently. This is what I ate at the W Hotel. Finished the workout, and your boy got some action in there too. It seems like it's gonna be a lot of action going on out here in Chile. And he had a SIM card, and he said he would. I'm gonna mute that because I'm telling the scam story, and I want to tell that myself. That meal was some sort of roasted beef with vegetables and all that other kind of stuff. It wasn't filet though. Surprisingly, they didn't have that on the menu. What's going on, DeVille Brown? I hope I said that right, DeVille Brown. I appreciate that very, very nice PayPal donation you sent me the other day. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. That went towards this place, and that went towards me getting more research. That went towards me getting more research on Chile. Thanks to you. But the research has just started. So I'm gonna go. I'm after this live stream. Won't be live too long. After this live stream, I'm gonna edit the vlog, set it for scheduled premiere tomorrow, then edit another one tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get one out every single day while I'm here, and I'm gonna save some for when I get back to Paraguay, because I'm going back to Paraguay after this, and then we'll head to Bolivia. Now we had another super chat. I already read this one, but why not stay at the W Hotel? You asked. I got to get my credit game together, right? And all I got to do is remove this fraud. Some reason I had a fraud alert on my Experian credit report. Apparently, that's why I was getting denied for everything. So I'm going to get that removed whenever I decide to stop procrastinating. I will get that removed, and then I will start racking up points, which means I don't instantly get, the credit card that does that. So I'm going to have to wait a little longer. But in the meantime, I've been doing it without it. I'll be just fine. Just buy the book and you guys can help me. Now, Andre Love Crossing Borders read the Tanzania book, and he told me it was a great book to read. And I'm supposed to go on a panel with him Sunday to talk about the book. So apparently, if he, and that guy's going to tell me the truth, if he told me the book is a great book, it must be a good book. And I'm not gonna lie, I liked the first book when I was writing it. I thought it was a lot more captivating than the second one, but apparently people like it. No, I don't say gymnasio. I say gymnasio. But that's because I'm still pronouncing things with a Portuguese accent. Gavin Turner with the $5 super chat say you got to create the screen to show your overlay while the videos play. Hit me up when you get a minute up and be safe. Thank you very much. And thank you very much for the super chat. I will hit you up. Austin, be careful with the camera over there. I don't feel that I will have an issue with the camera. The Tanzania book is 70 pages. And just to let you guys know, there will be women in the Chilean videos. There will be. Like I've met too many women today, and I'm gonna find one to put in the videos to show me some things. But I have one whenever I go to the other city that's like it's guaranteed she's gonna be in the videos. We already know this. We've already spoken about this. So that will be there. Now I will show you guys a security footage of what happened, and I'm gonna tell you guys step by step what happened with the cab driver. Yeah, the woman from the dating panel. But here's my thing. You pretty much know where you can film and where you cannot from what I see. Like there's certain areas where I felt like, oh, maybe I shouldn't record here. Maybe I shouldn't record in the same direction as those guys right there. I have seen areas like that. But I pay very well attention to my surroundings. Not saying the other guy didn't. I'm just telling you guys what I do. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys think the full beard is the one that's on screen right now. The shorter beard is the one that's here. I'm gonna ask more women because that's what it really matters to. Because men and women think different things look better. Foreign only said I'm low key feeling dining and dashing. What do you mean dining and dashing? I ain't getting rid of the beard. Nah. If I feel like I look softer with the beard shorter rather than longer, I know if I go back to the original look I had, it'll take a long time. Now, this right here is the guy driving off after he slammed the door in my face and went from 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. I'm gonna tell you guys, the bad thing about what I'm doing is I do not have a US phone number anymore. I do have a US phone number, but it's on the app. If you guys are on a Patreon, there is a free Patreon video, free, where I tell you guys what app to download to be living outside the United States to still call back home. There's also a free Patreon video about how to have a US address that shows up as a home. So government documents and bank, because sometimes government documents say this needs to be a house and not a PO box. I told you guys
damn near.
I told you guys how you can get that setup, but you guys gotta get on the Patreon, or you gotta get the free job list and sign up for the emails. Because when you guys get that job list, you automatically join my email list. And I'm not always trying to sell you something. Like I'm giving you guys a lot of free information now just from being on the email list and stuff that's not on YouTube. So do that. In the description of this video, and right here, I'm about to link it to the top. You guys need to sign up, go to the shop, get the free job list. It also comes with a free expense checklist, how much you should expect to be spending per month and how much things usually cost per month abroad. Now, that expense checklist is based off what I should be spending, but I refuse to follow that checklist. I do not follow that checklist. I like to smoke cigars. I like to eat out 3 times a day. I just know how much money I could be saving if I decide to do that. But unfortunately, and very fortunately, actually, I will not be doing that. I will be living on my own budget. I will not be doing that. But I know a lot of you guys want to live abroad for as cheap as you can. I'm just not one of those people. Now, my rent needs to be cheaper. My Ubers need to be cheaper than they are in the States, but everything else, nah. And my food. Now, you get 2 emails per day. Some people say email marketing, oh, do 1 per week. No, you're not going to forget about me. That's how somebody forgets about you. You're not going to forget about me. Nobody's really unsubscribing from my email list anyway. So I'm not worried about that. Now, the bad thing about me traveling abroad is I do not have a US phone number, except for the app. The app you can only access the phone number with that app if you're on Wi-Fi or if you are using cellular data. I arrive in Chile. I do not have neither one. I went like 15 hours yesterday without having access to the internet because the Wi-Fi in Paraguay's airport wasn't working. The Wi-Fi in Buenos Aires airport wasn't working, and the Wi-Fi in this airport was not working. And it's 1 a.m., so there's no phone stores open in the airport. So I'm fucked. So at the exit where the taxis are at, there's a guy, they're like, hey, you want to ride? You want to ride? I realized, okay, I'm gonna have to take somebody. I know they're about to overcharge me, probably charge me $50 for the ride home, maybe 25, not 50. 25 is what I was expecting. Okay, the ride should have probably only been $6 or $7, but I'm expecting to pay 25. I told him I need a SIM card too. Do you have a SIM card with you? Because sometimes they do. He said, yeah. And he said this one has unlimited data and so many minutes and a hotspot. He said, I'll give you the ride and this for $25, I believe he said. Okay, that actually sounds good because I think I was gonna spend $20 just on the SIM card by itself. It was him and another guy. So I have two bags. They grab both of my bags. We go to the car, and there's a bunch of black people outside. I'm still shocked to see how many black people were in Chile. It's shocking to me. There's a bunch of black people. Okay. We get to the car. They're having a little small talk with me. They're asking me where am I from, and I understand some Spanish, but they weren't. I think they knew that, so they weren't saying all that they maybe could have been saying, or they wanted to say, I should say. We get to the place, and he gets out. The driver stays in the car. The other guy gets out and gets my stuff out of the trunk. I told them already I only had card. If you guys are on my Patreon, you guys know what bank accounts you should have. Just know that I have about 7 bank accounts living abroad. And one of these bank accounts allows me to do a one-time card, meaning that if I feel like something is sketchy or these people might steal my information, it allows me to make a virtual card that is only available to use one time for that exact amount. But for some reason, that in my main bank account, it wouldn't work for some reason. Okay. I refuse to walk the rest of the way if I walked the rest of the way last night, I was going to get robbed even worse than $500. They probably was going to take this damn laptop and I wouldn't be doing this right now. But I appreciate that. But I wouldn't do that. If you are here at nighttime, you'll know why you shouldn't walk at night in some places. That's like walking through Medellin at nighttime. Like that shit's hella risky. So anyway, he gets my stuff out. He has a card machine. And the card machine is not working. I tried 4 cards. And I know I have enough. He changed the price, by the way, when we got there to $50, which again, that's what I was expecting to pay because he was giving me a SIM card as well. But I thought, okay, maybe look, I'm tired as hell. $50. You're saving me time from not going to the store tomorrow to get a SIM card. I'll pay the extra $25, whatever. So they gave me, I tried 4 cards. All of them weren't going through. And I noticed that's a normal thing in here. Like when you pay for something with card here in Chile, you will swipe your card 3 times. Every single place I've been to today has swiped my card 3 times. They didn't charge me 3 times, but there's something with their setup where they have to do it, then it doesn't work, then it works. Then they say, oh, there's a transaction fee, so you got to swipe it again. So I have PTSD now, so I'm thinking all these motherfuckers are robbing me like that. But my bank account shows me only charged me 1 time. So that happens. And I said, do you have another card machine? He gets the other card machine. I put it on my Cash App card. I told you guys to get a Cash App card. Your Cash App, if you don't have any other burner card, you have to use your Cash App because you load money on the Cash App every time. And you can literally, if you feel like somebody is scamming you, you can order a new card and they'll give you a virtual one on the spot. I've ordered three. I have three Cash App cards sitting in the mail right now that I've ordered since I left the States because I felt I needed to change the card number at times. So the Cash App isn't working. So I told him, like, hey, we can go to a store and I can try to get cash back, but I don't know why your shit's not working. Like, I don't know what's going on. Keep in mind, he had already showed me that he was going to charge me $54. Okay? He had already showed me that. I get my physical card. I only have one physical card, really. I have two now, but I have one physical card that works that I carry with me. I have a little bit of my money on there, like a few $1,000s, but not enough for me to be panicking because they have access to all my money. Okay. So somebody said, DeVille said you should have seen this move a mile away. Well, see, I'm gonna tell you why I didn't really think of it like this. I didn't think of it like this because remember, I'm paying. He showed me the amount, and I'm paying with a preloaded card. He said $54. I put $60 on the on my Cash App card. So I'm like, I don't know why it's not working. Like, I definitely have the amount of money you asked me for. Look at people saying yeah, anonymous. You're exactly right. You got to be the smartest person in the chat. You got to be the smartest person in the chat. So the guy swipes the card, my physical card this time, with a little bit of my money on it. And it goes through. He hands me the card back, and I'm like, yeah, let me see the receipt. He snatches the receipt like this and grabs a card machine, jumps in the car, and literally, thank God I didn't have my foot in front of the wheel because they drove off so fast. Like, the way how they drove off on me, you knew they hit a lick. Like, you could tell, like, yeah. So when they drove off like that, I was like, yeah, they got me. I was like, let me check my bank account right now. Something ain't right about how fast he just drove off. $54 is what they were supposed to charge me. He charged me $554. Now, some people would have thought, because I've had that happen on accident before, not for that much, but they tried to. Like when I was in Rwanda, the drink was 20,000 Rwandan francs, I think it was the amount of drinks I had. This dumbass put dollars in the machine. So my Cash App card says your card was declined for $20,000. And I showed him, like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, my bad. My motherfucker, if I really had to, I was gonna beat your ass until you was in the hospital. And I was gonna be in jail in Rwanda. I swear to fucking God. Anyway, it says Cash App cards do not work internationally outside the United States. I don't care what you Googled. I've been using Cash App cards in 19 different countries. They do work outside of the United States. They work everywhere. I don't know what Google, that must have been on Wikipedia. Wikipedia is known to be bullshit. So I checked my bank account. I said $554. Now I'm like, here goes some more shit I got to deal with. Now remember, I said this is not my main account, so I'm not tripping because I still got plenty of money to get back to Paraguay, to get back to the United States. I have plenty of money in my main account to survive. I have plenty of money in my main account. But I'm looking at it like, okay, I'm going to dispute that with the bank, and I'm about to file a police report and add that to my bank dispute so they can give me my money back immediately. Unfortunately, the bank has to let the scam play all the way through, then you can dispute it. And this is where a credit card would be in handy, but we know how that's going for Austin Holland. Now, some people are saying I'm not smart. Here's my thing. I'm legitimately thinking his card machine is not working. And I'm not thinking about the fact that he may have made it $554 because I don't care, because I know what he showed me that he was going to charge me. And I know that I put $60 on my Cash App and it should be working. So I'm not thinking, it's not that I'm not smart. I am smart. I put it on my burner card. There's nothing stupid about having a burner card. The thing that he got me with, I guess, I don't know what kind of scam strategy this is, but I guess he's assuming all Americans have money. So he's like, let me just keep seeing if he'll switch cards. And because I never tried my main card. I knew back because I thought something may be up with why his card machine wasn't working. So I said, "Ooh, my business card. I'm not putting that one on there. I'm gonna put my personal, my Cash App, and my other two cards." And all those were getting declined. But then when I put my physical personal card in there, that's when he got me. Now, there was somebody that left a comment that said, "And you got scammed, and you want us to buy your travel guides." Let me tell your ass something. If you wanted to become an entrepreneur, would you go buy Grant Cardone's course, a guy that's a well-known entrepreneur, or would you go sign up for a university and go take a class from a professor that studied entrepreneurship and is going to teach you about some shit he read in a book rather than what he did? I think that's a rhetorical question. Are you going to hire somebody to be on the NBA team that watched a lot of basketball and they know a lot, or a motherfucker that actually spent years playing basketball? So, no, this does not discredit any of my travel guides. Actually, it adds more credit because now I've been through it. I'm not just Googling stuff. I've been through it. And now I can tell you what you should learn from this story is yes, it is good to carry cash sometimes. How would I have prevented this? I would have went to the ATM. But again, my personal card, the reason I didn't do that, because that would have been a better decision. The reason I didn't do that was because my personal card does not usually work at the ATM. So I didn't even try it because it usually never works. I usually use my Cash App card at the ATM. But when I was in Ghana, somebody stole my Cash App card. I got drunk and well, they didn't steal it. I got drunk and I misplaced it somehow. And the next day I seen somebody was trying to spend money. And like somebody just said, there are some ATMs that have skimmers. Like, again, this is why I said when I get money, physical money in these countries, I will use my Cash App card. Because if there is a skimmer and somebody did steal my information, I'll see whenever they get it. And then Cash App will reimburse me. And then I don't keep money on my Cash App anyway. Money only touches my Cash App when I'm about to spend it. Somebody said why didn't I use Uber? I told you guys at the beginning. I didn't have Wi-Fi or cellular data. So I was forced to get a taxi. And they were forced to let me pay with card. Like if I couldn't pay with card, I was gonna have to walk around and see if somebody had a hotspot or try to find some way to get on Wi-Fi. We need a Colombia Cartagena checklist. I'll work on that. Some people try to discredit my Colombia checklist. Look, I know I was in Colombia 9 days, but if you read the description, it says that I partnered with experts that are charging you guys $300 for a consultation. I asked them, could I get this information from them to put on my checklist? Is it the same value as a $300 consultation? No, that's why the shit's $1. Now, if you go and complain about $1, hey, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not going to take the dollar paywall off. You can't even eat food with $1 in the United States. So no, that's not gonna, no. Somebody said I specialize in expatriate taxation, which is good. Which is good. I knew about taxes before I became an expat, but I really can benefit the most being an expat now. He said, so this is more of an inconvenience rather than anything. Yes, I will get my money back because I will dispute it. I guess tomorrow when it goes all the way through, because it usually takes 2 days. I'm going to dispute it and I will get my money back, but it will take a while. But I did say this was on my other bank account that most of my money is not on. So it's not like, oh, like damn, y'all took this out of my main account. Like, ooh, now I'm over here biting my fingernails because they almost got me. Like, no, this was a backup account. So for anybody that thinks I'm getting on here to tell you a story because they think, oh, it's so coincidental. Floyd got robbed, and then a week later, Austin gets scammed for $544 for a taxi ride. I don't need you to give me the money back. I'm just here to relay information to you guys. But yeah, now I want to talk to you guys about another thing. We're gonna read a couple of these super chats and we're gonna talk about this next topic. I'm flying to Moroso and I'm definitely going to read the book then. Thank you very much. And thank you for the super chat. Thank you for all the donations. And thank you for buying a book. And please give me feedback and leave a review when you read it so other people can know. Red sent a $5 super chat. He says, greeting Austin's that plate looked delicious. How much did it cost? What is the average price per dinner there? I would say if you don't go, like if I went to the W Hotel and I just spent $40 on a drink, a water, and that meal with the steak, the beef on it. That was at the W Hotel with around a bunch of rich Chilean people. You could tell by how the environment was. But the original place that I stopped at after the gym, that meal was only like 10 or 15. Let me see. That meal was, let me see, because I got it on video. Hold on. Oh, I'm gonna show you guys something. I almost forgot. I'm going to show you guys something. Eating, and that does have me. That wasn't the video. That's not the video. Sorry. Hold on. Well, apparently I didn't talk about the price of the meal, but I will tell you this: that the price of the meal was somewhere around $10. It was somewhere around 10 or $12, somewhere around there. It might have been even cheaper than that. Let me go through my history because I gotta know. I have to know now. Look, the meal was cheap. Oh, okay. I got it on my Cash App. Let me go to my Cash App. The meal was $4.90. No, it was $11. $11.11 for that meal I just showed y'all. So you can eat out twice a day here for $20, pretty cheap. Not as cheap as Paraguay or Argentina for sure, because those places you can get to $10 a day, but it's cheap. Compared to the States, one sit down would be 20, $25. What country is the best to visit for the first time? Kenya, Brazil, or Thailand, I would say. Even Uruguay, not Paraguay, Uruguay. But I wouldn't say that either because it's dry there during the week. It's not a lot going on during the week. Frankie Siv says, keep doing your thing, bro. Rio in April. Thank you very much for the super chat, but absolutely not. I don't think I'll be on the Rio no time soon. Keep $100 on you at all times. I 100% agree with this. But again, in this scenario, that wasn't an option for me. Now, I'm gonna show you guys. So when I was walking to get that meal, there was a coffee shop, and I was walking past, and I seen a chick in some short shorts serving coffee to the guys, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" Let me go check this out. Turns out it was like a Hooters style coffee shop. They gonna be like, "Oh." Let me mute that because I was saying too much. So right here, if you guys see that on the left, all the chicks, first of all of them had gym bodies. All of them. And you know what? They were all Venezuelan. So they were extra beautiful. It was everything. I didn't even need no coffee, but I stopped in there to get coffee. And you know I got me one too. Super sweet, super nice. Amazing experience. I'm telling you, the people here are very welcoming, the Venezuelans and the locals. Let me remove a couple of these videos. Yeah, I had to get me a coffee. That wasn't an option. I was on the phone and I was like, yeah, let me think about my. First, I wasn't going to go over there. I was like, yeah, let me think about my content. By get me one, I meant I was getting me one of the chicks that was in there working. I had to get me one. Plus, she was smiling in my face extremely hard. I couldn't pass it up. There was no way. Mm-mm. He said nothing but old men. That's how you know it was a Hooter style coffee shop because older men usually flood places like that. He said, rewind that. I'll show you in a minute. Good night, DeVale. Thank you for reading the book again. I was trying to get this. Oh, that was the one. That was the one that served me coffee. Yee! Oh, and it's all real because yeah, the thighs match. And I got her IG, and she's in the gym, so it's all real. They because when a lot of them were clocking out to get off work. They were clocking out in gym. They was wearing that, and then they went and put on gym clothes. So after seeing this, I said, hold on. I said, hold on. Okay, that was right about these Venezuelans. They something different. Somebody said the ass is fake. No, it is not. I'm telling you, I saw that shit with my own eyes. It's not fake. Okay. But if y'all want to think it's fake, more for me. More for Austin Holloman. Restaurant, more for Austin Lee Holloman. More for me. Yeah, I got that vibe too. Cause I saw the owner. I think the dude was the owner. Whenever I saw him come inside, I was like, yeah, he's damn near like a pimp almost. Not that what they're doing is illegal, it's just the concept. I mean, he basically has the same concept I have. You guys see how many people are tuning in because I showed y'all women? If I want you guys, if I just wanted to show you guys what Chile was like, y'all watch. But a lot of motherfuckers will watch if I show y'all women. Bone Daddies, Hooters, and now a coffee shop. Somebody said also you got to get a new wingman. Look, I've been so aggressive these past couple weeks, just approaching. My subconscious mind is the wingman. And what's an even better wingman is me trying to put on a show for the camera and for whoever I'm on the phone with. I call my home will be like, look, listen to this, listen to this, listen to what I say to her, listen to what I say with her. That always works. That's how a wingman works, right? Because nobody wants to look like the shy guy in front of their wingman. So that's another tip. If you don't have a wingman, just call somebody, be like, listen to this. Listen to this. Yeah. And somebody said finding a wingman is tough. Yeah, everybody is not a good wingman. Some people run off women. Some people attract women. And I'm gonna let you know right now, if you're hanging out with Austin Holloman, I'm gonna attract women. I'm not gonna I have not ran off a woman yet as a wingman. Uh-uh. People love for Austin Holloman to be the wingman. Trust me. Those new dudes in Uruguay I was hanging out with, they loved that I was hanging out with because it was like, I mean, it's not they couldn't do it by themselves because they had been doing it, but as a team, it was like, oh, damn, they was saying that like, damn, this is the guy we've been needing to hang out with us. Like, this is a good addition to the crew. You gotta have that. You gotta have that. Just read the checklist, good checklist, and also the best thing about it is it's free. He said, "Is this cigar tastes good? It tastes decent. It's all right. It had like a fruity flavor to it, but my problem is I've been putting the fire a little too close, so it's burning some of the flavor out. I realize if I hold it back here, it literally I can taste it is I can taste all the stuff that they put in there. Omni Oasis Osias, I mean Amini Osias sent a $2 super chat and said, "Welcome to Chile. Thank you. I believe you hit me on Instagram before. Yeah, I got to get back with you. Thank you for the super chat. Uruguay was on top, but I would compare this place with Uruguay because the people here seem to have a little more money, and the women are very friendly, just like they were in Uruguay. Now I know I said that Buenos Aires was not racist. Let me tell you guys, and this is going to be in my South America book. A lot of people told me that the Tanzania book was a little short. It was only 70 pages. So my Kenya book, I'm gonna make it. I've been typing out notes of things every time I think of something. Okay, let me put that in there, put that in there, put that in there. Now I'm taking daily notes, so that way when I do write these books over certain, I can write a 300-page book over one country because it'll be day by day what was happening, like a story. Even if I was there 2 weeks, I could still make it 200 days. I mean, 200 pages. Now, Put a 1 in the chat if you want to hear my story about how I felt that Buenos Aires had some racism to it. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to hear the story. Thailand book will be on the way. I'll be writing a book about it everywhere I went. That's why I'm going back to Paraguay, because Paraguay is slow enough for me to slow down and do what I do. Now, so this experience, this racist experience was in Buenos Aires and it happened twice in one day. We're going to call it 3 times because the other one was subconscious. Now, he said, what's with the ass eating comments? Now, this is what happened. I went from Paraguay to Uruguay for a 5-hour, which turned out to be an 8-hour layover. Okay. I get to Buenos Aires. I get to Buenos Aires. And let me make this clear. Go watch my videos again. I never said Buenos Aires didn't have any racism. I just told you guys why I was there. I didn't experience it. I didn't notice it. I didn't get any funny looks, and I didn't see it if it was happening. Now, the story was this. I got to the immigration. There was a connecting flight little area that I was supposed to walk through, but it was blocked off. So I was like, okay, maybe I got to go through immigration and then go to the connecting flight. Okay. I go to immigration. I get all the way to the counter. There's a lady. Nice. Nothing, no problem. I said, hey, I have a connecting flight to Chile, Santiago after this. Do I need to go through here? Or I saw that there was a connecting flight, but that was blocked off. Very nicely, she got up and said, oh, okay, let me take you over there. On the way there, there's another coworker. There's a coworker passing by. She says, oh, because she's working in immigration, so she has other people to stamp. So she's like, hey, you're free. She's saying this in Spanish. You're free. Can you show him the way to the, can you make sure he gets to the connecting flight? I was maybe 25 feet behind her. I wasn't close. I wasn't close enough for her to just turn around and I was right there. So she gets my attention. I want you guys to guess what she said to get my attention. Put it in the chat what you think she said to get my attention. I'm gonna leave you guys with a cliffhanger. Let me go get my charger to my laptop while you guys continue to guess. Okay. I'll let you guys go back and forth in the comments about that for a second. Listen to the elevator music in the meantime. So we got 71 comments while I was gone. And we had 29 people leave. That's fine. Now, she told her coworker that she needed him to take me upstairs. What she said was nigga. And so I thought maybe I misheard that. She said it Neega. And so I had an instant flashback. And I said, I remember a few Argentines on my TikTok were saying, and if somebody calls you nigga, it's not out of racism. They're just joking with you. Now, did she look like she was irritated because I was there? No. But she didn't look like she was joking either. She looked like that's just what she hate. Nigga, come here. I'm like, huh. That's odd. She was just so nice. What? So I'm like, okay. That's interesting. Nah, I didn't do shit about it. What am I going to do about it? Make a scene at immigration and get locked up? No. Now, some of y'all would have made a scene and then you wouldn't be able to do this live stream. Now, if we were in Texas, I would have been like, hey, what did you just call me? Do me a favor. My name is Austin. Say Austin next time. Because even me and my homeboys, we say nigga when we, hey, what you doing, nigga? Like, we say that, but we wouldn't, nigga, come here. Like, I don't do that. I'll say your name or I just say come here. I wouldn't say it like that. So he said, of course you let her call you a nigga and get away with it. Yeah, I'm gonna let her get away with it. What was I gonna do? Beat her ass? I wouldn't be doing this live stream. So she does that. Everything is fine after that. I go through the connection thing, and then I go to Outback to get something to eat that's in the airport. I told the lady, she's like, hey, how are you? How can I help you? I said, table for one. She says, we don't have any tables. We just have the bar area. I looked around. They didn't have any tables. The only tables that they had were like huge tables made for 4 or 5 people to sit at once. We're going to touch on a few of these comments we get. Marlo the Doberman says, you could have politely told her not to call you that. There's no polite way to check somebody, especially when you are black in an all-white country. I don't think it works that way. I don't know if I can go to a small racist town in the States with all white people and not escalate the problem. It's not like it was just her and I there. Everybody is there, including the police. What am I going to do? She called me a nigga. What's he going to look at me and say, and motherfucker? Then he going to say, what you going to do about it? Nigga, you are in Argentina. You're not in the States. You ain't got no fucking rights over here. What the hell you going to do? What you going to do? Let me put a one in the chat if you would have did something. What are you gonna do? Now, if we was in my home country, that would have went different. I got a car, I can drive off if I end up having to slap somebody. Nigga, I'm in immigration. Where am I gonna go? if I escalate this problem, what the fuck am I gonna do? I mean, what I'm gonna take it all the way there and take my ass all the way to jail. By the way, when I got on the airplane, they had somebody else going to jail on the airplane with us. I guess they was getting deported. That would have been my ass too. But her body language was very just neutral. So that's why it was kind of like, that's odd. Why would she say that? Why would she say that? And I don't know if you guys know, like he said, y'all ain't checking immigration. Immigration is the same. They're the same people that give you a hard time just to get into the country. So if you check, I don't think that. Look, God damn it, I got content to do. I have enough control over my emotions to realize to pick battles, right? I can pick battles. See, some of y'all don't have enough control over your emotions and you end up in jail shit. In jail situations. You end up in jail, you are worse. Sometimes it is just fine to take that. You have to eat, like you have to eat shit sometimes. Because again, what the fuck are you? I mean, let's say I did go to jail because I escalated the situation. Imagine sitting in a jail in Argentina for 6 weeks before they decide to get to you. Was it worth it? Behind a bitch? Some of y'all don't need to. If you would react by trying to get on an immigration officer's ass, now it'd been different if she would have just flat out disrespected like nigga come here. Then I would have had it would have been natural. I probably wouldn't even have moved. But when she said that, I stopped and I gave her the benefit of the doubt, but I think that was what she said. But hey, I'm here today. I didn't get held up at immigration because I decided to punch an immigration officer in the face in a country that's not mine. See, it's one thing if I'm in the United States and I get jammed up at immigration. I got people in the United States. I'm a citizen. I got some sort of leverage. Nigga, you ain't got no leverage in Argentina. What leverage you got? And that, like Ozzy just said, what if she would have doubled down? Ma'am, don't call me that. And what if she really was racist, right? And said, I'll call you what I want. Then what are you gonna do? Look, if you call me that again, I'm gonna do what? You gonna do what? Nigga, you in our country. I'll call you nigga again. What you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do? I mean, you have to have the emotional maturity to think about that in a split second. What are you gonna do about it? The embassy ain't gonna save you. I seen somebody just bring up that the embassy is not your leverage. They ain't doing shit either. You know, there was a guy in Rwanda. When I was in Rwanda, my driver was telling me that Rwanda is so strict. A guy had medication for a certain drug, and he tried to bring it into Rwanda, and he got out 1 year later. They have a U.S. embassy in Rwanda. Don't sound like they did shit until 1 year later. He spent 1 year in jail in Rwanda trying to get his leverage that he had a prescription and that he shouldn't be in jail, and he would rather just leave. So she could have said senor. Didn't sound like it. I've been in Paraguay, Uruguay, Argentina this whole time. I know what senor sounds like. So I don't think she said senor. But like I said, I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I said, you know what? Maybe she didn't say that, but it damn sure sounded like it. And it's very hard to misunderstand that word. Usually, when you think you hear it, you heard it. But again, what am I going to do about it? Nothing. You in an all white country trying to show your ass. That's dumb. That's very fucking stupid. They said I should have asked her. I could have. But obviously, I'm trying to get to Chile. I'm trying to get to Chile right now. That's what's on my mind. I can get to Chile and not lose no sleep behind it because I don't give a fuck. Or I can show my ass, and today I would still be in jail for showing my ass. And if you guys have read, I think this is in the 48 Laws of Power, where they said if somebody is being overly offensive or aggressive with you and you are able to remain calm, you win the situation, even for the people watching. If you do not, that's how the civil rights went through. You notice that they were getting pies thrown in their face and nobody was really fighting back. Now, I wouldn't do that shit. I'm glad they did it for us because I wouldn't do it. But that made the white people during the civil rights look bad enough for other white people sitting at home to be like, oh shit, this does look bad. Why are they doing those black people like that? But hey, if you want to go to jail, go to jail. Everything is not worth fighting. If these people have enough nerve to call you nigga to your face, and you like, hold on, that's disrespectful. No, I earn my respect. Motherfucker, you will never have a guy. If they're willing to call you nigga to your face, you will never have their respect. God damn it. I hope you understand that. So I give my respect back. I call her a bitch. Now what? They not letting that slide. Because if they racist, the last thing they gonna do is have some nigga call them a bitch in their country. That's I can guarantee you that's gonna go through. Oh, this nigga think he running shit over here? Nah, that's not. Yeah, so let's go to a. This is your best option in this type of situation, is to complain later about it. Leave the situation. If you can get video footage, and put a complaint in later. Put a complaint in when you're not in their presence and you're not in custody. Don't be in custody trying to fight for your rights when you could just complain about what happened. Now, Marlo the Doberman said blacks did fight back. Quit believing the media. They taught us about Malcolm X, and we know that he did fight back, and he didn't teach being peaceful. But hey, do what you want. But just know this: you cannot throw hands with an immigration officer. You can. Oh, you can do anything you want in this universe. There's consequences to everything, though. And I have not lost no sleep. But I did write it. I have a book that I'm going to be coming out with called Racism in Argentina. and it'll be talking about this situation. I'm going to go back to Argentina one day, stay a little longer, observe a little, because I will say this: when I went from Argentina to Uruguay, I did feel a difference. When I landed in Argentina yesterday, coming from Paraguay, I did feel the energy was a little different. I never experienced it until this point, but I did feel something. Now, and don't think Joe Biden gonna get your ass out because some lady called you a nigga. He got bigger issues. Now, I told this lady that there was a table. I needed a table. She said, no, we only have the bar. I'm not tripping. Okay. It does look like all the tables that are 1 or 2 seats are full. So I go sit at the bar. I don't give a damn. I just want to eat something real quick. I'm not thinking nothing of it. There was an older white man right behind me. I sat at the bar and I just so happened to look that way. And I heard him say, table for one. She said, oh, we don't have any tables available. Let me clean one off for you. I said, This was like 15 seconds ago. I was right there. So I was like, you know what? Maybe my Spanish isn't that good. Let me see if I understood that properly. So I see her go clean the table. I said, okay, let me see if he's going to go sit down. And he went and sat down. So I pulled out my notes again. Let me write this down. I'm going to talk about that in the book. That's odd. How come that table wasn't available for me 15 seconds ago? Okay. Interesting. Doesn't bother me. I don't give a fuck. I just want to eat. But I did notice that. I said, okay. Somebody said I would have walked out. I thought about it. Difference is there was, yeah, you walk out, you probably wasn't eating shit. There was like 2 restaurants in there and the other one was a no-go. Like I said many times, I never said there was no racism in Argentina, but I did not go looking for it. I did not go asking for it. I didn't see any very obvious signs of it until yesterday. So the after they sat him down, now I'm thinking, let me see if I'm gonna see something else. So another white guy comes up next to me, and I instantly got in that mode of, let me see what he gonna do. He looks like one of them too. I'm thinking that, but I didn't say that. Long story short, he was Irish, and we ended up talking for an hour straight, and I didn't see any racism out of him at all. But hey, but I will tell you this. The only person that gave me that experience, even that vibe at that Outback Steakhouse, was her. She was also white. The other one's very white at that. And she looked like she would have been racist. Like after I looked at her and I looked at everybody else and everybody else was super nice, I was like, wow. Okay. This is my first time seeing this here. We got some people going back and forth in the chat. We got some people saying they would have went to jail. We got some people saying they would have went. I don't know. I don't know. I've never been to jail, and I don't think I want to start going to jail behind somebody saying that they would rather me, basically in so many words, that I should sit at the bar rather than the table. Here's what I also understand. I also understand that I am in another country. And if she's like this, there's more of them. And what I'm by myself, none of my friends, what am I gonna do? This is what I'm asking you. What are you going to do? Somebody said you should have. Oh, well, hey, look, if you want to go on a hunger strike, so be it. Fuck a hunger strike. I need to eat. She wasn't the one making my food. This is, hold on, we're going to touch on this comment. Let me get my gas real quick. So, this is why you cannot travel with everybody. This is why you cannot travel with everybody. For example, we're going to use Floyd. We know Floyd is a police auditor. He basically would go around and fuck with the police to see if they would test his rights. Okay. Floyd has many times, and he said on his live, that's why I'm gonna say it today. I would have reacted like this, but I knew Austin was with me. So I'm not really worried about Floyd getting me into trouble when it comes to this situation with racism, even though he's gotten very close. He's gotten very close. In Poland, we got very close. Now, let's say I feel very disrespected at a restaurant. And I say, you know what? Okay, I'm not going to eat here. I don't like how they talking to me. I don't like how they did me. I'm not going to eat here. End of the story. Stood up for myself because I showed them that I wouldn't tolerate what they're doing. I'm going to go on a hunger strike. Now, imagine that's the decision you make. But the person that's with you decides, what did you say to me, bitch? Don't talk to me like that. And then before you know it, security is called. This nigga not about to win. Security probably not even gonna want to hear nothing when they get there. Y'all gotta remember, we not in the United States. You black and you a foreigner. Some shit you gotta just go. You gotta let go. Okay, and this is a good point too. Those who anger you control you. Abso-fucking-lutely. Security gets called. I got two options. I can either stand back and say, hey, okay, you know what? That nigga got in trouble. That's on him. But then I would be an unloyal friend. But nigga, I can't go to jail with you. Because we made different decisions. We make different decisions. We got different outcomes in life. Thank you, Marty, for bringing up this point. Thank you for bringing up this point. Thank you for bringing up this point. So here's how that happens. Those two black women in Bali, I believe they were in Indonesia, Bali, somewhere in Indonesia. They will be in prison in Indonesia now because of whatever they felt that they were being done wrong. Guess what? Indonesians get done that same way. You are not an Indonesian, so you for sure is finna get your ass put in jail. Oh, and I forgot to mention you black. Do not leave the United States. You are black, you are a foreigner, and let's not forget, most of these countries outside the United States are super corrupt. Every country has its own corruption. The United States has corruption. It does not compare to a country like Brazil where people can pay to get out of prison. See, in the United States, years ago, decades ago, probably 20 plus years ago, drug dealers could pay the police off to not come to a certain area. I don't think it's like that anymore. And if it is, it's probably not that cheap anymore. If you go to Brazil, that is very real. If you go to Colombia, that is very real. If you go to Thailand, that is very real. They are still corrupt enough where you can pay the authorities off to let you do what you want. You guys ever heard about those two men that are in Ecuador and they've been in prison for a while now for crimes they didn't commit? Yeah, they're black and they're in Ecuador and they're in a corrupt country. I think it's a wise man should hold his tongue at times. Second and third world countries they operate on a completely different level, and showing your ass is not no. If you get robbed in a lot of countries, like for example Floyd, he claimed he got robbed by guys with knives. What are the Brazilian police gonna do? Not a goddamn thing. Not a motherfucking thing. Oh, in America, you get robbed? Oh, show us a picture. Oh, they'll go get them. Oh, you got all the right information on that. They'll go get them. They're gonna go get them. Again, you are in a corrupt country. You are a foreigner, and your ass is black. And let's say they view you as a nigga. Even worse, which most places will. Your own country, the United States, views you as a nigga. So, if you guys want to be Malcolm X, be Malcolm X. Malcolm X already lived and died. He already did all the shit for us. Fuck that. But like the guy said before, if you let people control you with anger, they do control you. Let's read a couple super chats. Stop entertaining the fuckery. I'm seeing a lot of clowns in this chat. Yes, sir. Thank you very much for the super chat. There is a lot of fuckery. How can I get some of that green stuff that you had in Uruguay? After drinking, it looked like you could make a leap a tall building. I am looking for a company that will allow me to label my own yerba mate. I'll try it and I'll sell it because that would be easy to sell to my audience because I love it. I'm not just selling it just because I want to make some money. Like I actually like this. And I want you guys to try it. That's why I talk about it. So I am working on that. Thank you for that super chat. But you can find it on Amazon. I think they even got it at Whole Foods. Why is the DR not on your radar? It is, but it's one of my last countries because it's so saturated. Back from Sao Paulo, 13 months early retirement. Congratulations to you. You saying you're back in Sao Paulo, right? These people obviously don't travel. Once you leave the States, you are a guest in these countries with zero rights. It almost happened to me. You want to know some crazy advice I was getting? And I wrote about it in my book about the Brazil situation. Whenever I got into that whole situation, people was like, don't show no fear, which I wasn't getting online like, oh my God, I'm so scared, guys, I got to get out of here. In my mind, I was thinking, I wrote about it in the book. In my mind, I was thinking, yeah, nah, fuck what they tell me, I need to get out of here. People were saying, oh, just stay in Brazil, you'll be fine. Oh, really? Stay in the country, this super fucking corrupt country where criminals can pay their way to get out of prison, and that they can come up with fake documents and just throw you in. At least in the United States, they'll go get a fake witness and they'll come up with all this stuff. In Brazil, they literally would just draft up some shit in 10 minutes and then they come in to get you. That's where you want me to fucking stay at? Are you fucking crazy? That's the advice I was getting. They do that to their own people in Brazil. They will do that to you as well. Stay in a foreign country where you're getting death threats. Yeah. Come on now. Exactly. But hey, if y'all want to be tough and hey, I'm not gonna show no fear, I didn't do nothing wrong. It don't matter if Austin Holloman, I didn't think I really had did nothing wrong. Now, my book, I talked about what I could have did differently. But the thing is, obviously, them motherfuckers had a problem with it. And I don't know nobody in Sao Paulo. I'm not from Sao Paulo. I'm not even Brazilian. I would probably still be in jail in Brazil right now. It's almost hilarious. Y'all black folks taking the honor to calling each other nigga, and then when you think the rest of the world is watching, now you mad when they call you one. I would agree with that. Cause yeah, no. Thank you very much for that super chat. I'm glad you get it. YouTube career is over indefinitely. Yes. I would no longer be a YouTuber. I'd be an inmate in Sao Paulo or Salvador Bahia because I thought I was still in America and I wanted to show how tough I was because I thought I was still in America when I'm not. I'm in Brazil. Luca says, no, you wouldn't have been in jail. No. The police came to my house in Salvador. My landlord called and told me, hey, the police were just here looking for you. I'm super anxious about this now. It doesn't sound like, see, again, we don't know if they were going to take me to jail. Is it better to find that out while I'm in Thailand, or is it better to find that out in a jail cell? Because, hey, they could have been coming just to talk to me about, hey, if you have any questions, contact us. Most likely that wasn't going to happen. I was on CNN, Global, and the police came to my house, and you think I wouldn't have been in jail? Don't travel. Don't travel. If y'all want to exercise these unrealistic scenarios, stay in the United States. Stay in the United States. I love Brazil. I would love to go back. I don't have to go back because I found other places in the world that make me feel great. Nothing's like Brazil, but they do make me feel great. Do I want to find out? I've talked to lawyers that said, hey, it's not the best idea for you to come back. I don't think I want to find out. Yeah, Patrick, I don't, because here's the thing, I can go find out and it can go two ways. Nothing can have three ways. I can get past immigration just fine. Nobody trips, which is unlikely. I can get jammed up in immigration, and then 4 years later, I'm getting back on YouTube trying to revive my career. That's one way. Or I can get through immigration. Somebody recognizes me, and something happens to me. What would you do? Have pride? I didn't do nothing wrong. I could be here if I want to. Yeah, find out. Now, maybe 20 years from now, 10 years from now, maybe, yeah, that would be off the radar. Nobody would really recognize me by then. Somebody eventually would, but not everybody would, because I've met plenty of Brazilians. There's plenty of Brazilians in Paraguay. I met Brazilians in Argentina. They knew nothing about it because they would have said something. You said I've done nothing unlawful, right? There was nothing unlawful, but it also made CNN. Even if it wasn't unlawful, now I have a problem with locals. For example, let's say you're being falsely accused of messing with little kids. You didn't do it. That does not stop just because the law didn't do nothing about it. People will forever associate you with that. I hope you guys know that. Based off some of these comments I'm reading, y'all need to don't travel at all. I'm telling you, your mindset is still very American. Just stay in America. Now, my group chat here, somebody just put up a video that who is he? Who is this guy? Roberto versus the world. Now, I'm not gonna, besides this guy, because he's got it on YouTube, I have some YouTube friends. Right? His title is Brazil is the easiest place to pick up girls. I had 30,000 subscribers at the time that this happened to me. This dude has 237,000. Somebody has seen this in Brazil. Did he make CNN in Brazil? And I'm not even going to say it's because he's black. Because I know some black content creators that I know that are in Brazil talking about sex and showing photos publicly on YouTube, some shit that I never did. Show me one Brazilian woman that I fucked and I talked about how I fucked her on YouTube. In detail. Now I told y'all, hey, I fucked this chick. I would never show. Because I'm not, first of all, that's not play at all, right? Because if I go and show her a photo and then, one of my haters like, hey, Austin's talking about you. Oh, I'm going to fuck my game up with her and she going to run her mouth and that's going to fuck up games with a lot of other women in the future. The content creators that are doing this are not white. So it's not that they're white. Because we know that what is this? David Bond is white. And he got ran out of Brazil. I'm saying that to say this. That whole incident was a target. There was a target. Because if it happened to me, there should have been 10 other people that went down at the same time. Mm-hmm. There's content creators. There's content creators that criticized me last January, a year ago. Doing the exact same shit I did and worse. They're not white. And it's not one of them. There's a few of them. Why are they not on CNN? He said, what's the lesson? Read the motherfucking book. That's the lesson. I wrote the lesson in the book. Somebody says because I went viral. The reason I went viral is because of how handsome I am. Let's be honest about that. Then they were worried about the other part. Here's the thing oblivious incognito. Here's the difference. The video went viral because of what the context of the video. It did not make CNN because it went viral. It made CNN because of the context. They wouldn't have done a video like, hey, this Black American YouTuber is talking about how cheap it is to buy groceries. Hooray. No, this Black American YouTuber is talking about how easy Brazilian women are, which I never said that. It's not a race thing. Yeah, I did post a clip. I was the one that posted the clip. I already exposed the guy that went, and I'm gonna tell you why it was targeted. I'm not just talking out of my ass. There was a guy, and I exposed him already, that contacted the lady that was pushing the whole agenda. And he's another American living in Salvador. Two of them. Now, were they the people that had the target on me? I don't know. But I just think that it's odd. And the only reason I bring this up, well, the only reason we got on this topic today was because y'all was saying dumb shit in the comments. But the only reason I bring this up is because when these content creators that I know that criticize me, I follow them and they are doing the same shit. I don't know why I think today is Monday. Today is Thursday. I'm not going out tonight because I need to edit my vlog. But yeah, I brought this up before. These same content creators steal my ideas. That's fine. It's YouTube. People are going to steal ideas. But again, if you guys read the book, I tell you guys why this was a great thing that it happened. Because I probably wouldn't be in Chile. I probably wouldn't have been in 19 countries. That caused me to travel and find out more things. And I grew up a lot faster because of that. It's very odd. But hey, you know what? I'll talk about it, but one thing I will never do is snitch on nobody. I will never snitch on nobody. I see these content creators doing the same shit that they criticize me on. I sit back and I watch. I talk shit about it, but I will never get on there and say, hey, I would never contact Stephanie and be like, hey, Why didn't you get this guy? I'd never do that. That'd be some bitch shit. I'd never do that. I'm not gonna tell you to stop though, because you already criticized me. But what's done in the light will come to the dark. Shit. What's done in the dark will come to the light. Don't ever snitch. Let it handle itself. You should learn from others' mistakes, but you dig your own hole. Now, I still have the same message. I still talk about the same things. But I realized I had to do it differently. For the people that chose to do it the same way I'm doing it, sorry to tell you, eventually you might meet the same fate that I did 12 months ago. Well, somebody said your US content was golden. Yeah, exactly what Patrick Brown says right here. Street smart. I mean, streets are nobody. Nobody wants to be a snitch, and the principle is in certain men, instilled in certain men. Yes. No. Even if you're not a street dude, because I'm not, obviously. It's a form of integrity and just realness about yourself. I don't care what you now, and here's when it's okay to snitch, right? If I'm hanging out with you and I don't know you about to go, smoke somebody, and you don't want to tell the police I didn't have nothing to do with it, I'm snitching on your ass. I'm not about to go to jail. Now it'd been different if you told me, hey, Austin, ride with me. I'm finna go lay him down. Then hey, I gotta go down with you because I knew what was happening. Now, if you just do that, nigga, you need to tell them that I didn't have nothing to do with that. Otherwise, I'm gonna be on the prosecutor side. I ain't going to jail for that. But right now, these other content creators I'm talking about, I ain't got nothing to do with what's going on with them. It's not affecting me. It's not affecting me. Therefore, I stay out of it. But I'm not going to talk to them about it because they know. They already know. Oh, yeah, I'm snitching. I ain't going to jail for nothing I didn't do. Mm-mm. For example, y'all like to say my homeboy, I ain't going to say his name. Y'all like to say that he's following the same path that I did. To some degree, that can be true. It's not affecting me. It's him. It's not me. I have no business talking to any authorities. Now, if I'm participating with him, I got to go down with him. That's how it goes. That's how it should go. Somebody said, Austin, ain't nobody talking about you on CNN. Google Austin Holloman and CNN. But it won't get, it should never get to that point with my friend. I won't let it get to that point. But I can only do so much. Somebody asked, where do you get the book? The book is right here. It's linked at the top, but it is right here as well. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. We almost done with the cigar. We got about 5 minutes left on the cigar, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Floyd says, Chile, here I come. Now I will tell you this, Floyd. I have no problems recording in Chile. But I was talking to Delane. I said the way how Floyd records, because I see how you record in Sao Paulo. Do not do that out here. This DJI camera that's like this big, record with this. Floyd, I see you recording like this. I can see you having a problem. Fast recording with a phone. This is obvious. This is obvious when you get close. I've told you that, but you don't listen. There's drug dealers here. There's drug territory here. Right outside of where I'm staying. I wanted to go get water. I've been in Paraguay so long. Asuncion is safe. You can walk around with jewelry. You can walk around at 3 o'clock in the morning, no problem at all. I wanted to go get water. They told me, do not go get water because you will get robbed. This is not the place to record, very obviously. Now, if you were where I was at by the W Hotel, you should be just fine. But there are a lot of places here, and I've only been here one day, but I can see it and I can feel it. You need to be absolutely careful. You should have received the email for the job list. It should have gave you a direct link to download because everybody else has been downloading it. Now, obviously, everybody in Chile is not living in an area where they can't walk to the nearby convenience store to get water. That'd be crazy. You have to find those places where that is that place where it is okay for you to walk around at night. I can walk around at night. I would go put on some basketball shorts and some shoes. I wouldn't have my watch, none of that shit on. And I would watch my back. That does not guarantee me that people still know he most likely has an iPhone on him or something. Be careful. When you go to Linktree, go to the Austin Holloman shop. I should just add it as its own link on Linktree, so that way people can just go straight to it. In Uruguay, you can record anywhere you want. In Asuncion, Paraguay, you can record anywhere you want. In Buenos Aires, I recorded most places. Buenos Aires has some dangerous places, but from what I've seen, those places are concentrated. They are barrios, meaning if you walk into this neighborhood, you better not record. And it is very obvious when you get to those neighborhoods. South America is not Africa. South America is not Asia. And it's not Europe for 100%. There is a lot of crime all over South America. You cannot do what the fuck you want. I hope everybody knows that. Now, luckily, I have some street smart, so I've never really been a victim, God forbid, of this kind of stuff. But I've came very close to it without trying in scenarios that was pretty much kind of unavoidable. If you want to come to South America and you don't want to be around crime, go to Uruguay. Go to Buenos Aires. Do not go to Brazil. Every Brazilian city that you guys go to has major crimes. Sao Paulo, Salvador, Rio, Fortaleza, Recife. All those places have issues with crime on a big level. Medellin has crime. Cali has crime. Bogota, Cartagena, Barranquilla. Santiago, Chile has crime. Ecuador has crime. Lima has crime. You cannot do what the hell you want to do. When you are moving around South America, you should be moving like you are in a bad neighborhood. That does not mean you need to be scared, but that means you need to be on your P's and Q's at all times. Somebody said it depends on where you stay in Brazil. Hey, I never got robbed in Salvador, never came close. The nicest parts of Salvador is like the tourist nicest parts of I stayed is Rio Vermelho, Baja. Those two neighborhoods. Never came close to crime, was out late at night many times. But there was some nights I was out at Baja, 2:00 in the morning. I had to walk because my phone ran out of internet and I needed to walk somewhere where I could find Wi-Fi. Everything is closed, so I'm walking through late at night. The streets are pretty much not pitch black dark, but they're very dark. And the only thing that's on the streets is junkies that are tripping on drugs, meaning that they're not the only ones out there as well. You guys have heard Fred talk about, and me and Fred now, we hung out at Baja many times. But he's also talked about a time he was sitting at Baja and somebody walked up on the beach, shot 2 people, and walked off. That is very common. That's not unrealistic to happen in Brazil. South America is no joke. It's paradise on earth. There's beautiful women, great food, great weather, great culture, but there is a huge con, which is crime. It's no joke. It's no joke. Educate yourself. Seriously. This is why, and I don't do many consultations, but this is why some content creators do consultations. Most of the dudes in this travel space. It's not a waste of money. A lot of stuff you may be able to Google, yes. But when it comes to where to not go, what type of people to avoid, habits people have that they would do before they rob you, what areas, like for example, a huge tourist destination in Salvador is Petrolina. That's why they have all the colorful. It's like all the culture is right there in Petrolina. You can see a lot of stuff there. It's very beautiful. That's also a great place to get robbed. Baja had an event. Baja is one of the safest neighborhoods. It's also a place where the two people got shot. Baja is also one of the safest places you can be. They had an event in Baja. There's a bunch of young dudes and teenagers that went to the event just to pickpocket people in masses. That's not necessarily dangerous. It can become dangerous. I have videos on my phone of people in Baja in front of Ferro du Baja snatching people's necklace right off their neck. It happens, no matter how safe it is. If you are afraid of that, don't come to South America. Don't go to Central America. They all have those same issues, except Uruguay. Go to Montevideo and Punta del Este. You'll be just fine there. Go to Asia instead. Go to East Africa. Go to Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, Uganda. The chances of you being a victim of some violent crime are slim. Somebody said that you can have weapons on you that are just everyday things. For example, maybe like a pen. A pen does nothing to a group of 8 dudes. It's not uncommon for 8 men to come approach you in Copacabana or LeBlanc and rob you as a team. Go look it up. It's on YouTube. DJP has talked about it. Is it as bad as I'm making it sound? No, but it is real. If you guys don't have any street smart or you're just a coward, do not come to South America. Do not go to South America. Do not go anywhere flexing the American shit. In South America, you can come up missing or you can get robbed. In Africa, you can get scammed on a long-term basis, meaning for months they'll be plotting on you to get you. Not violently, but they'll be. I wrote about that in my Tanzania book, how the guy knew I was American, so that whole time he was plotting against me to use me. It's not dangerous, but it's a disadvantage. And in Asia, you guys know the whole the women are they're gonna do that. They're gonna be women. And if you go over there flexing how much of a leverage you have, you will get a flexing leverage you have result. Trust me, not lying to you. But is Brazil worth the trouble? Yes, it is. I think Chile is too. I don't think Ecuador is worth the trouble. I just seen a video where some guys rode up on a news set in Ecuador and they held the people at the news set hostage. If shit like that is going on, that means those people would do anything. They don't give a fuck about nothing. Anytime somebody rolls up on live TV and holds the people on live TV hostage, number one, there's extreme corruption behind that. And or number two, they just don't give a fuck. I have not gotten any Cash Apps Anonymous. No. But I do need you guys is to go to the website, pick up the book, Pick up the $1 Columbia checklist. Pick up the travel guides. I have some people that buy 3-4 travel guides at once. The more travel guides you buy, the bigger the discount you get. If you want to know more tips like this in a travel guide and I didn't put it in there, reach out to me. If I didn't put danger tips in the travel guide, that means you probably don't have anything to worry about. Uruguay, Buenos Aires, I didn't advise you guys on danger too much because I didn't see that while I was there. I just really didn't see that. May time me out for no reason. I don't know if you've noticed. I haven't been really dealing with the computer. I don't time people out. I'm not really easily offended. So I don't time people out. Floyd don't risen, bro. Hard headed. Yeah, he is hard headed. But you guys, it is midnight. 18 minutes past midnight. I'm about to start editing the vlog so I can get up around before 10 o'clock tomorrow. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate everybody that donated. I would smoke my other cigar, but I'm not going to say shit else if I do, because the other one was going to put me to sleep. I will see you guys next time. Be on the lookout for the vlog tomorrow at 12 p.m. Central Time. And I will see you guys. Leave a comment on what you thought about today.